broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. But you can't fight the fighter, and I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up high like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, and I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Move mountains. And I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Yes, we'll rise up, rise like the day, and we'll rise unafraid. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am so glad that you decided to take my suggestion and join us this morning for what is going to be an amazing event for Dress for Success Worcester. You're going to be educated, you are going to be informed, you are going to be moved, and hopefully you are going to be motivated. You are going to have the best hour that you can possibly have as you get to know more about Dress for Success Worcester. So get yourselves a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us for our second virtual Women Rising Together event. This event would not be possible without your involvement and investment. While it has been a challenging year, with your support we have risen to the occasion and have continued to provide our critical services to women throughout Central Massachusetts who need our support to move forward in their employment journeys. I hope, as you are watching today, that you learn more about what we do and how we do it, and that it makes you proud to be part of our Dress for Success Worcester family. Together, we are doing great things. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors who have made this event possible. First, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, the Digital Federal Credit Union, better known to most of us as DCU, for their ongoing commitment to our mission. Not only are they the bold sponsor of Women Rising Together, but our partnership activities run much deeper and also include programming for our clients and opportunities for them to access no-interest small loans through DCU's Exuda program. Thank you to Jane Fontaine and all of our friends at DCU. I'd also like to thank our courageous sponsors, which include our wonderful board of directors, insurance marketing agencies, and Hanover Insurance Companies. Our dynamic sponsors, Cornerstone Bank, Enterprise Bank, Rockland Trust Bank, and St. Gobain. Our confident sponsor, Gorman Richardson Lewis Architects, and our vibrant sponsors, Under Pressure Power Washing and Your College Funding Coach. Without you, this event wouldn't be possible. Thank you so much.
Tell me what you do.
Hi, my name is Tracy Whitney, and I am an agency support specialist for the Hanover Insurance Company. So basically, I work as a liaison working with insurance agents countrywide, helping them with laws and marketing material and just doing different aspects of their job. So I'm definitely like a go-between in helping them sell insurance. I feel like empathy is always the best part of problem solving. So if you can feel for the person, because sometimes when they call in, it's a very complicated situation and it takes a little extra TLC. So when you put yourself in their shoes and you take a human aspect, even though it's business, you can get a lot of good results. I've turned a lot of calls around and a lot of interactions around just by having that moment of being relatable and saying, I get you're frustrated, but we're gonna turn this around. So they like it. And I infuse a little bit of professional humor as well. You know, I have a learning disability. So sometimes these complex things that I have to solve, I'm really shocked that I solve them in an effective and efficient manner. That to me is such a sense of satisfaction. It's the whole circle of completion where you see something come full circle. I'll never be able to do that thing or that task. And then you do it, and you do it well. I love it. It was a really interesting journey that brought me to Hanover. I got really sick in 2017, and it was a long road back. And I needed to remember how to interact with folks because it's really hard when you go through a trauma where you're just trying to piece yourself back together. And I've been with Dress for Success Worcester for over 10 years. So this is home, and these are my family. So who best than your family to help you go back out into the world again? And it's just so powerful to have that, you know? So my journey back to Hanover was really my journey back to the world again. And, you know, my friends at Dress for Success Worcester were here with me, holding my hand through it. So I could show up to that interview in a beautiful dress, looking like me, feeling like the Tracy before everything. And it was such a gift. It was really a new beginning for me because I had lost my job. I was a shell of myself. You know, I really struggled through it. And the interesting thing is I came in that day and I walked out with a suit, but I also walked out with a family. And I came back. They couldn't get rid of me because I started volunteering, helping with social media, doing anything I could do. And that helped me be human because I would come in and talk to people, use the career center, and do all these amazing things. So when I re-entered the workforce, I was not behind by any means. I was there. I was present, and I was able to move forward. And I've been with them ever since. Everybody is somebody. You know, you can look at people and think you have them figured out, but you don't. You don't know how close, and you want to judge somebody, you are one step away from being in their shoes. You have to treat people the way you would like to be treated. And if anything, my journey from rock bottom has taught me, you have to claw your way up, but you also have to take your hand and say, all right, you're coming with me, right? You have to bring people with you. And that's what Dress for Success, I think, has always done for me, is always remembered, yes, you are a fighter, you have to claw your way up, but I'm gonna bring you with me up. You know, there's a lot of healing to be done, but I really believe that we can do it. As a world, we can heal. More than ever, with the unemployment rates being what they are, food insecurity being what they are, you need agencies like Dress for Success Worcester, because it's going to connect you to the resources you need, and you're going to get stronger, and you're going to help others. You know, it's full circle. It is full circle. So in times like this, agencies like Dress for Success Worcester are vital in the recovery of the economy, more than ever.
I started with the organisation 4 years ago and quickly realised that it was way more than just providing an interview suit for women. And that's why I've stayed, and that's why I continue to come back week after week after week after week, is because of the women that I've met and the experiences that I've had witnessing their journeys and their success. The women I meet come from a huge varied backgrounds. A lot of them are very upsetting and difficult situations. So they might be refugees, they might be displaced for various reasons, they might be coming from backgrounds of addiction, homelessness, they might be trying to reintroduce themselves after a period of incarceration. Some of them will be struggling with mental or physical illness. But, and this is my experience, the vast, vast majority of women that I meet are single moms. And they're doing their absolute damnedest to provide for and care for their children. Look, we can put a woman in a suit, but that doesn't make her a better woman. Putting a woman in an interview suit doesn't make her a more capable woman. It's just a vehicle, but that vehicle gives her that confidence, the confidence in her appearance, the confidence in her abilities, to give her that confidence to shine. So I often talk about when a woman first comes in for her interview suiting. So this is the very start of her journey, and she's in an incredibly vulnerable position. And I recognize that as a volunteer, and I'm sure all the volunteers agree with me, is that you're in a really, really privileged position, because this woman is so vulnerable. She might be scared, she'll have low self-esteem. The last thing that she needs coming into the boutique to suit for an interview is experiencing any feelings of judgment. You know, she needs an ally. So we'll do our best to get her into a suit, and we purposely don't have mirrors in the changing rooms. So we want the women to feel that when they've got their interview suit on and they come out, that they're not alone. So we go together, we have this beautiful, incredible, full-length floor mirror in the boutique, and we'd encourage her to come and stand in front of the mirror. And for a lot of women, that's the first time that they've seen themselves look like that, wear clothes like that, and it can be, you know, a varied mix of emotions. Sometimes it's like, what, is that me? Sometimes they feel silly, they might laugh, very often they'll cry. So there's a lot of hugs at that stage, but almost every single time I catch, and this is what I wanted to express, was that I catch a tiny glimmer of hope in their eyes, and it's standing there with the suit on, looking in the mirror, and it's like, okay, this is the start. I can do this. This is the start of my future. So it's not that the suit makes them a better person. It doesn't make them more capable. It's the vehicle that gives them that confidence to go into that interview and sit across the table and say, you know, these are my skills. This is what I can do. And for me, because I particularly resonate with the mothers, that I know that improving her self-confidence, improving her situation makes her a better mother, makes her care more for her children, sorry. It's really important for me to give back. I feel that I'm fortunate and I'm lucky enough in a position in my life. I have 4 healthy, happy children. I have a nice home. I, in essence, want for nothing, and I feel really, really privileged, and I'm grateful every day for that. And because of that, I feel it's really, really important to give back, or to give to people that aren't quite so fortunate. And I think it's important as well as to be a role model for my own children.
When I came to volunteer at Dress for Success, I thought I would just be helping the women find the best suit for them. But I soon realized that I was getting a lot more from the women than I was ever going to give to them. They were giving me their life experiences and helping me understand the world in a better view. They are strong. They are resilient. You are successful. I am successful. We are successful.
As a student in Worcester, I wondered what I would have in common with the women that came into Dress for Success. But I realized that we're all on our own journey towards employment and future opportunities, and we all have the power to be successful. So I'm very thankful for my experiences at Dress for Success and seeing how we are all similar and all on our own paths.
The National Grid Foundation is actually a separate entity than National Grid Corporate, but the foundation was set up to basically improve the communities in which we live. Community really means connectivity to me. So National Grid Foundation is connected to the community. Dress for Success, obviously connected to the community, and through community support, you can get to success, individual success, community success, governmental success. So it's sort of a building block, if you will, for overarching success in our economy and our local areas and larger states, government, et cetera. Well, first, let me take a giant step back and say that I've raised 2 sons. And they're both adults and doing quite well in their careers, but I've always taught them not to underestimate the power of a woman. When we think about women, we have to think about them multidimensionally. If you're a woman of color, you bring a certain thought pattern and opinions to the table. If you're a woman pursuing a degree in engineering, you bring certain things to the table. And I think that the shortcoming is that you don't think about women as as having other talents, but programs like Dress for Success pull that out, call out those special, talents, and help the woman be expressive, thoughtful, and empowered enough to talk about who she is beyond the suit. And when we think about women who are typically underpaid, underemployed, now is a critical time for Dress for Success and programs like it to really step up and help women find their place in their career path. And so Dress for Success does exactly that. We should support Dress for Success because it is offering a multi-level program to help women gain financial independence. That's good for the woman, that's good for her family, that's good for our community. And so Dress for Success, their Beyond the Suit program especially is what we need to help get women back in the workforce and providing valuable talents, opinions, so that we all can be successful.
And we are Dress for Success Worcester.
Hi, my name is Emily Mellon Van Gruskis. I am a job placement specialist for the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission. Dress for Success has been an amazing referral source for the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission. My consumers don't have to meet financial need to have a referral to come and receive suiting and interview attire from the employees here. They're just so generous on working with any population, any job seeker, and really giving the highest regards and recommendations towards helping them succeed in whatever their goals may be. And I mean, I've probably referred 30 individuals to receive suits from Dress for Success Worcester, and every woman who I connect with afterwards is just blown away with the services that they receive here. They can't believe the quality of the clothes and, just the patience that the employees have taken. Dress for Success Worcester needs to be more known about and more utilized. I support their mission very strongly. They're not asking for a transaction at the door. It is about the transformation. They're doing this for the job seeker to really make sure that they're given all of the tools that they need to be successful. And a piece of that tool is also confidence. So looking great and feeling great on that first day of the job or getting that job offer after the interview, it's just a great feeling to see someone really be successful in whatever their goal is.
My name is Kendall Molina. I work for the Department of Transitional Assistance. My title is Full Engagement Worker. I oversee the Employment Service Program. That includes 3 activities: education, training, and job assistance for individuals that are receiving cash benefits. Regarding the clients that we refer here, their experience has been wonderful. They feel like they're coming in having to pay for something the way they're being treated like a customer, and being shown an array of clothing, and the time that individuals here at Dress for Success put in for each individual. I think that is the key, is when you treat individuals with dignity and respect, because you would never know that they were coming from DTA, Department of Transitional Assistance, that they are a low-income family. They're on limited income. And to come in here and have a choice, or couple choices, because if they get a job, they get 5 outfits to continue their employment. That is the other good thing about Dress for Success. It's not just about coming in, getting trying clothes on, and getting a positive vibe or word from the individual that's assisting you here at Dress for Success, but the programs on top of that they offer. In the past, and it's been about 7+ years that I've been doing referrals to Dress for Success. So I've had opportunity to have feedback from individuals that came through here, and in terms of the way they felt after leaving here and going, into their employment, and they just felt so much better. So they not only walk out of here with clothing, but they walk out of here looking at themselves or feeling different about themselves as well, which is really good. That's awesome. Dress for Success is an exceptional opportunity for women to be able to start in their careers that they've chosen.
Dress for Success Worcester is very important to me, partly because of my upbringing and partly because of where I am now in my life. I was brought up by a single mother. I have a sister and myself, so it was the 3 of us for a long time. I did watch my mother sometimes struggle, but overcome a lot of obstacles as a single mother, and when it related to her job, and ultimately she started her own business. To me, that was very inspiring. And now I have two daughters. I have an 11 and a 5-year-old. So I want to make sure that my actions are going to inspire them to become very strong women, very much like my mother, my sister, and my wife, who are a lot of times great role models in my eyes for my children, and also my sister has her own daughter, her niece. So a lot of women in the family. My mother's ultimate goal was for us to be independent, both my sister and I. She didn't want us to have to rely on anyone. She wanted us to be able to think for ourselves, and she wanted us to have the drive that she had. So I think she did a good job of instilling it in both my sister and I. Well, I think you should support Just for Success Worcester because it is building up your community. It's building up a better future for the children and the overall community around you in a way that you're going to get a reward back by, you're going to get a better service at a business. You're going to have kids that are probably going to do better in school because they have a better work or home life balance. And those things, I think, pay exponentially as the future develops. And that's really where I think the mission helps. It's not just helping one woman, it's helping her family, but ultimately helping our community as a whole.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of Dress for Success Worcester's Women Rising Together celebration and fundraising event. My name is Joy Gordon, and I have had the honor and privilege of leading Dress for Success worldwide for over 20 years. In that time, I have witnessed countless transformations in women's lives, and I am very proud of what we have accomplished here in Central Massachusetts and throughout the globe. As you know, we have had challenging times over the past year and a half, and so have the women we serve. But we have persevered in developing and delivering virtual programs to ensure all the support she needs in her community, we are offering it to her. From virtual suiting to career coaching to Zooming to success, we have seen her overcome obstacles in front of her, moving from unemployment to thriving in work and in life. Not just for her, but for her children, for our community. We have been able to do all of this because of you. You have trusted us, supported us along the way, and we thank you. Thank you for never giving up on us, never giving up on the women of Dress for Success Worcester. And we must continue to support women. So please get out your phone or even your checkbook and make a donation as a way to show your support and belief in her future success. Text to give, call the office, or send a check. It's your time to make a difference in another person's life. She may never meet you, but we appreciate you. Thank you for truly making the difference. Thank you.
As you've just heard from Joy, you are making a difference in the lives of so many throughout our communities, and we thank you and request your continued support. Remember, donations made today will be matched through the generosity of an anonymous donor. To make a gift, there are many options for you. You can call our office at 508-796-5660 until 3 and have your gift processed over the phone. But please be patient as we only have one phone line. You may need to call more than once to reach someone live. You can also make an online donation through our website at worcester.dressforsuccess.org. Or you can use our easy text-to-give option on your mobile device. Please open your phone or other mobile device and select Messages. Then select the option to write a new message. Enter 508-936-5539 in the To field. Write the word Donate in the text message area and hit Send. You will immediately receive a text back with a link to complete your donation. Thank you so much for believing in her successful future. Together, we can help her overcome challenges, learn to dream again, and most importantly, succeed.
My name is Kristen Fournier, and I am a controller for a biochemical company. The last 2 years has been quite a bit of a struggle. I lost my job under the pretense of COVID. Trying to find work during a pandemic after being with the company for 15 years was a struggle, to say the least, especially with a newborn baby and an 8-year-old at home. Dress for Success has been amazing. It was definitely a lifesaver to find them. I was actually looking on workforce development, trying to find help with them. It was a struggle to get anywhere. I just happened to stumble upon Dress for Success by pure luck. Messaged them on through their website, and Beth got back to me, and she helped me with my resume, and which she tells me didn't need much work, but I think it needed quite a bit of work. And they were a support system after that. We did a bunch of webinars, and I learned a lot about LinkedIn and how to brand myself, which, you know, after being in the same job for 15 years, you didn't realize you needed to brand yourself. But you had to brand yourself to get out there, and it really gave me a bunch of confidence on how far I've come. Looking at my resume, I never realized how much I've done. You don't realize how far you've come in your life until someone else kind of presents it for you. So Dress for Success really gave me empowerment to be here today with a great job, working for a great company that supports, work-life balance and supports women in the workforce is definitely a great thing to say. I want people to know about Dress for Success. I feel like there's not a lot of women out there that know. And so I'm trying to get the word out there because they did a lot for me. And I know there's a lot of other women out there that can benefit if they just know about it. Yes, tell everybody about Dress for Success.
So my name is Nellie Filius, and I am the Suiting for Success Coordinator at Dress for Success Worcester. Dress for Success Worcester has been here for 12 years, and we are committed to growing, evolving, and preparing our women to enter the workforce in this climate, because it's not the same as it was 12 years ago. And we need your support, because the women here, they're leaders in their communities. They are mothers, sisters, friends. They are confidants. They are the backbone of whatever community they're in. And so to strengthen our backbone, being women, we need your support to uplift them and help them. Women are disproportionately underpaid, underemployed. Women of color even more so. Women from low socioeconomic backgrounds even more so. And so there are those layers to the struggles, because it's not just the fact that you're a woman, it's the fact that, maybe you were a first-generation college student and you didn't know where to look for resources. You didn't know how to, apply for a job or send in a resume that works. And so I think in my position, I really do help to bridge that gap when women of color are coming in, and they may not necessarily have had the opportunity to have access to resources that are culturally relevant. And speak to them and speak to their identity. I think to see those layers and to be able to bridge a gap, sort of say, is very important to me. I think one of the most difficult things for a lot of us, especially women, has been the way our bodies have changed throughout the pandemic. Sizes aren't the same. And so a lot of times you have a client coming in and, she does not necessarily feel good because whether it's been, she's gained weight or lost weight or clothes aren't fitting right, there's that sense of, I'm not comfortable with someone else being part of picking out my clothes because it's uncomfortable. I've changed. I'm not comfortable. And to add a person into the mix makes it even more uncomfortable. So to be able to, put them at ease and let them know, we've done this before, we've done a pretty good job at getting, sizes and clothing that fits the women that we're serving, just to assure them in that way, and to also boost them up in terms of not just what they're wearing, but their skills, and how, yes, the clothes are important, but that's just the icing on the cake. What's most important are the skills you're bringing to the table. And the fact that you've got this interview coming up, or the fact that you have this job coming up, shows that you're ready. And so the clothing is just that last piece to, almost just refine and seal that package. I feel honored to be able to be part of someone else's story, even if it was just a suiting or just a resume review. To be part of their journey of stepping into that position or that career they want is a privilege. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to, do this over the past year, even though it's nothing I ever expected.
Hi, I am so excited to share another great opportunity for you to support Dress for Success Worcester. This morning, we are launching an online auction which will run through Sunday, October 3rd. We have some awesome items for your consideration, and don't forget, the holiday giving season is right around the corner. Visit the auction at ourfundraiser.events/Women Rising Together 2021. Thank you so much.
If you've been a supporter of Dress for Success Worcester for a while, you probably know me already. But I promise I have some updates, so bear with me during a little recap of the last 9 years. Back in 2012, I quit my temporary position to join the former version of I Am Successful with Dress for Success Worcester. I had no idea that decision would change not only the course of my career, but my life as well. I learned what networking was and was presented opportunities to learn how to network, not just effectively, but authentically. I gained a network of supportive friends and professional contacts. I built a wardrobe of professional clothing while supporting a cause I wholeheartedly believe in through our clothing sales and pop-up events. And most importantly, I reached a level of confidence I never could have imagined when I quit that job. And the journey hasn't just been about what I've gained. Through my experience as a client, volunteer, professional women's group member, and long-term ambassador of the Worcester affiliate, I've been able to bring a unique perspective to our board of directors. Our board is committed to meeting the women we serve where they are and providing services they actually need and want. And serving as that client liaison and keeping open lines of communication with staff has allowed us to continue to do so during one of the toughest times that we've faced as an organization. It was throughout this time that I leaned on my sisters in the professional women's group as we faced the unknown. I felt empowered to keep moving forward and even landed my first promotion in my professional career. And that leads me to my final update, which is not only exciting news for me personally, but really speaks to the power of the work being done by Dress for Success Worcester. This past spring, Dress for Success Worldwide launched its inaugural Global Ambassador Program, selecting only 10 women from 145 locations in 24 countries to represent Dress for Success. You guessed it, I was chosen to represent Dress for Success on a global scale and was provided trainings and workshops in leadership and media and platforms to put that training to work, with more to come. To think little old Worcester was selected out of 10 affiliates to be represented out of 145 across the globe says so much about what we've been able to do. And it's all thanks to our clients, our staff, our volunteers, and our supporters like you. So thank you so much for your continued support, and I'll see you soon with more updates.
My name is Casey Thomas, and I'm a match support specialist at Big Brothers Big Sisters at the Worcester office. A few months ago, I found out that my company at the time that I worked for was going to be doing mass layoffs. After the year of COVID and having a daughter, it was very challenging trying to pick up, where to start when it comes to job searching and, finding clothes that fit and, things of that nature. And I reached out to a colleague who actually referred me to Dress for Success. It's been a really great experience, and it was very easy to kind of let down my guard and, be vulnerable in a sense of needing help and wanting help, or looking for resources for myself. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of very strong women in my life. I have my boyfriend's mother, who has been a strong force in my life when it comes to support. She is somebody who works very, very hard, has her hands in multiple things, and isn't afraid to say, hey, I need help when I need help. And that's something that's really helped drive me when it comes to seeking guidance, when it comes to seeking help for various things, and also knowing that I am very capable of wearing many hats. And being successful in that, but also knowing that it's okay to take time for myself. The power of community and the power of networking is something that is so beneficial when it comes to building relationships with people in our community and being able to help others. This is such an amazing program. I highly recommend it. It's such a great resource. And again, it's been such a comfortable experience. In a place of vulnerability, feeling low. And it's definitely a place that is very great at uplifting. And being able to provide a hand and helping those in need in our community is just something so beautiful and something that's so needed, especially after so many people have experienced job loss due to COVID and, just life in general. This is something that I would highly, highly recommend, and something that I'm very happy to have been a part of and gotten to know.
My name is Beth Butler, and I'm the Director of Programs at Dress for Success Worcester. I run the programs or oversee the programs. I do Zooming to Success, which is our virtual format of I Am Successful, and run that program as well as our Professional Women's Group. Originally, we had in-person programming, and a lot of it was modified to what the women needed here in Worcester area and throughout Central Mass. And it's always evolving because there's always something new, something being added to it. Also, because our workplace has changed so much, especially in the past year and a half, is making sure that the women have those cues at their fingertips so that they can use those tools and integrate back into the workforce or just increase their presence in the workforce. Some of them, it's taking longer than what they expected because nobody's been through this before. And so some of those tools they need to gain, just like we need to gain that knowledge and provide that to them, share it with them. Also, a lot of times women themselves are sharing with each other some tools that are working for them and getting back into the workforce. And that is so important because women learn very differently than what men do. It's about speaking with women, not speaking at them. And I think a lot of women sometimes have that feeling that nobody is listening to them. Even their kids sometimes aren't listening to them. Their significant other, their partner, sometimes they just feel like they're speaking and they're in this void and nobody's paying attention. And when they come into our programs, that's one thing that we try to do is listen and make sure that they're being heard. And if they don't feel like they're being heard and they have this conversation with us, is we're like, okay, what's the one thing you can do? What's the one thing that right now you need to be the voice on? And by making it that one piece that they can pull forward, it makes them start building that confidence. And it's really that one piece that then helps open, but also put the puzzle pieces together for that woman to see who her authentic self is, to see what her value is, to see that, you know, she's worth it. It's worth investing in yourself. It's not just about everything else around you and just giving and giving and giving. Sometimes we have to invest in ourselves in order to give more. Being part of this organization, I never expected a woman to walk through that door, or right now virtually walk through our doors and share such vulnerability, because you do feel like they've shared something so personal and vulnerable with you that you need to be an advocate for them. You need to make sure that they're being heard, that they're growing, and that they're seeing themselves the way that I saw them when they walked through the door, not necessarily how they were seeing themselves. And sometimes by sharing that story and in being part of something, it really makes me feel like I'm worth it. They support me in a way that they don't even realize a lot of times.
I hope that you agree that you're so glad you joined us, because now you know a little bit more about the organization and about the important work that they do every day. And I hope you've heard the exciting news. A generous donor has offered to match all donations from today's event up to $2,000. That's right, folks. Your gift will have a double impact if you donate today. So what I'm going to do right now is, well, I'm just going to ask you for money. It's that simple. I'm going to ask you to think about how much money you spend for, I don't know, maybe your manicures every month, or maybe your hair in a month, or maybe your chin waxing. Is that just me? Well, whatever it is, think about the kind of money that you spend to make yourself look better just in a month. And then think about how you can help Dress for Success Worcester help their clients. And please, 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 please make a pledge. It's very easy to do. You can text. All you have to do is send a text message. And here's the number: 508-936-5539 with the word donate. Now again, let me give you the number: 508-936-5539, and then put in the word donate. Please give as much as you can, please. It can be a one-time gift, or it can be a recurring gift. Once you make the pledge, you'll feel so good, because you'll know that you've helped Dress for Success Worcester do what I would argue is one of the most important things that we can do in our lives, and that is to help another human being. Through making a donation, you are investing in the successful futures of hundreds of women throughout our communities. And before we go, let me just remind you that Dress for Success Worcester has helped over 5,000 women in the area. I mean, imagine women who in many cases have no other options of where to turn to be successful in their job hunt, or to receive coaching on how to even navigate a career. These are just some of the things that they do at Dress for Success Worcester, folks, and you can help. I hope you do. It doesn't matter how much you give, it just matters that you do give. And we'll all work together to help each other, because that's what life is all about in these challenging times. And you know what? We know that we can work together to make a difference. We invite you to be a part of that change. Be a part of Women Rising Together. So let's all do it. I'll give you the number to text one more time. Please text 508-936-5539, and then text the word donate. Please do it. Please. And thank you.
Dress for Success Worcester creates an environment where women support each other. Our volunteers are passionate about what they do. They're very, very good at bringing out the best, the strength of the women that they serve, and helping them to see their own best selves. Our incredibly talented staff and board and volunteers have really excelled in responding to the needs of women during this pandemic. They have moved all of our programming to virtual, including the suitings. And it's been an incredible success and also an eye-opener that so many things that we didn't think were possible are possible. And they're not only possible, but they have a future. I think we will always build on the learnings of the last couple of years. And I give incredible credit to Justina and to this team for seeing the opportunities, grabbing them, and making the most of it for the people who've needed us during this period of very unsettling time. Women are doing all their jobs all the time. And single moms in particular are bearing a burden that is almost unbelievable. They've had to take care of their own job if they've kept it, or left a job, which is heartbreaking, and schooled their children and taken care of them 24/7 with no break. And that's not sustainable. So I'm so proud to be part of an organization that can support these women now and into the future. We've learned a lot in this past 2 years. I also believe that it's important for women business owners and women in business, executives in business, to take a look at us and assess us for what we're doing, because they are and should be natural allies for this organization. And that's a focus of mine as president of the board, to reach out and try and speak with women business owners and executives to let them know what we're doing, because who knows, one of our clients could be one of their key employees in the future. On behalf of the Board of Directors for Dress for Success Worcester, I want to thank you all for coming today. Your presence here means so much to us. We really appreciate it. I want to thank DCU and Jane Fontaine for being presenting sponsor once again. You're an amazing organization in this community, and we appreciate you. I want to thank Susan Warnick. It's so much fun to work with you. Thank you so much for doing this. And to our individual board members, our volunteers, our clients, our staff, you're all rock stars. Appreciate you all very, very much.